Hello everyone, welcome. Hi, I'm Michelle Litwiller with Owl Star Stampers, and it is Wednesday, July 19th, 2023, and tonight I have 3 new cards to create with you. So we are going to do that in just a second. If you are watching the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and thank you so much for sharing. So we're going to get started. I have a few things to go over, so feel free to say hi. Also, if you're watching the live on Facebook or on YouTube, you can give the thumbs up right now while you're watching, especially on, or a little heart, whatever you want. Thank you for doing that. Okay, hello everyone, good evening. Oh, Lisa is joining us from Hawaii. Lisa, I wish I was with you. That's one of my favorite places. Hello. So today has been a very exciting day. Let me turn that volume down. Hi, Sharon. And Becky and Dawn and Jane. Hello, ladies. Maria from Saginaw, Michigan, not too far away. Okay, hi everyone. So today Stampin' Up! Is having a stamp sale. So all the stamps in the annual catalog, which is this book right here, are 15% off. Now that's minus the host sets. But all the main stamps that you can see in this book are 15% off. That also means that if the stamp set is in a bundle, like it has a coordinating punch or dies, it's actually cheaper to buy the stamp set by itself and then purchase the coordinating product if you want it, because the bundles are usually 10% off, but the stamp sets are 15% off right now, so it's a little bit better deal. Also, if you want to get the best deal, if you're a demonstrator, you also get a discount on top of that. So you still have time tonight to join my team if you're interested in that. So that's going on. Here's a host code. So a little warning, I sent out gifts for everyone who ordered during the free shipping. I know that was like 3 weeks ago. The shipping itself with Stampin' Up! Is a little behind. And so I do try to pay extra to get some of the things in a timely manner, but just know I can't do that for every order. It's not worked into my budget. And so that's why there is a slight delay on some of the things. I did pay extra for your virtual classes for last week, so those just arrived today and those will be shipped out tomorrow. So if you ordered in July, pretty much anyone that ordered in July, even before the virtual class, I clumped you into that grouping, and those will be shipped out tomorrow because I did pay extra to get those. So if you ordered today for the free stamp sale and your order is over $50, I always send you a gift. Normally it's within like a week and a half to 2 weeks that you receive it, but again, a little bit of a delay. So the other thing, I went live about an hour or 2.5 hours ago, and my Etsy store has been updated. And so there's some new merchandise on there. One is this cute hat. Do you see this cute hat? It's embroidered. So it's a really nice hat. It is a little distressed. You guys know I love wearing baseball hats. And so I'm like, this is like so exciting. I think there might be another color. Is that right, Ryan? Okay, so right now this is the only color. It's gray, charcoal, like a charcoal gray with white lettering. So I really love it. And then this is one of the shirts, one of the new shirts. I'll zoom back. It says Stamping is my therapy, and this is in like a raspberry color, maybe a heathered raspberry or berry. I don't know. It's on there. And then it does say Owl Star Stampers down there. And then there's another shirt that says I make pretty cards. You can get these brand new t-shirts in 3 different colors. This color, a light pink, like it's baby pink with white lettering, and an aqua color, I believe. Then the last thing, 2 more things. There's a cute little coffee cup that's double-sided. There's 2 sizes. This is the bigger of the 2. So coffee and crafts. Or if you don't drink coffee, you can put your stamp tools, like, you know, your little scissors and your bone folder and your take your pick tool. Your markers you actually shouldn't put in there. You should lay those this way flat. So there's a coffee cup, 2 different sizes. And then the last thing is an awesome 3/4 length, like a baseball tee in black and white. So this one I wore today. I wore the one that said I make pretty cards yesterday. So anyway, those are all updated on the Etsy store. And then the ones that we had previously are there as well. Okay, so the other thing, because there's a stamp sale today, I feel like I should give away a free stamp set as well, right? That only makes sense. So how do you get entered to win the free stamp set, and what is the set? I have it right here. It is called the Bird's Eye View. I know some of you might have this, but maybe you want to win it and give it away to one of your friends, or maybe you know somebody who would love to win. Like if you win it and you already have it, you can, you know, re-gift it or whatever. But this is a stamp set I'm giving away, and you just have to share this video. So you can go ahead and share it right now and then comment that you shared, because some of you have some privacy settings and I cannot see who actually shared it all the time. So you got to let me know that you shared it after you did. So I'm giving away a free stamp set. I will pick a winner tomorrow afternoon, okay? So if a few people catch the replay, and again, if you're watching on YouTube, you can share it, or on Facebook. All right, so I have this to give away today. You can see it's brand new. It's ready. Brand new stamp set ready to go. Okay, so this is a really good stamp set. It's one of my favorites. It's also 15% off. So I know it's a good one to purchase. Okay, so tonight our cards are going to be featuring this set right here. It's called Inked and Tile. This set itself is on sale for 15% off today, and it does come with a bundle. I'll be honest, I have the bundle. So the bundle comes with these 2 punches right here. I haven't used the punches yet. They're kind of like different type shape. This one actually reminds me of like a sun a little bit. And this one I did see where somebody punched it out and cut off the 2 top ends, because it's kind of like a little crop, and then made like a little banner there. So you can do some neat things with this. But again, it's you'll save a little bit of money if you get this just on its own for today only. Which again, if you're watching the replay, it's July 19th, 2023. There's a stamp sale. So this is what we're using tonight. We're also going to be using the Inked Botanicals Designer Series paper and a couple of ribbons. Now, some of you added this class on to my summer retreat, which is sold out, by the way. It sold out over the weekend, but some of you added this class on, and so there's 4 really beautiful cards in that class. So if you added that on, here's 3 more different ideas for you. Using the Inked Botanicals, oh my gosh, I'm saying it wrong. Inked and Tiled, and then Botanicals is in the paper. I'm getting tongue-tied. But this is what we're using tonight. Okay, I also shared over on the Facebook page some of my favorite stamp sets. Like one is the little monkey. I know, like there are so many good stamp sets that you can get right now if you need to. All right, I'm going to put the host code back up again. If you want to do any shopping, here's the new code that you can use. And we're going to turn you down and we're going to get creating. Again, share the video and let me know that you shared it so you get entered to win the Bird's Eye View stamp set. I'm giving away a free stamp set. I'll pick the winner tomorrow, Thursday afternoon. My kids are going to be here helping me, so I'll make sure to remind them to remind me to pick a winner. So, all right. All right, so our first card that we're going to make tonight is going to be using some embossing powder. So do you guys heat emboss? I do, but not as often as, where are my kits? My little card pieces. Okay. They must be in a real, here they are. Yep, they're under my glue here. Okay, so here, I have all my pieces here. I'm super organized. All right, so this is our first card. And again, if you got the add-on class in the retreat, you're going to get a full pack of this paper, and you're going to get the Lost Lagoon ribbon that I'm using tonight. So a lot of you got that, but if you didn't, you might wish you would have, or here's some cards that you can use with these supplies if you already have them or if you order them. So this piece of cardstock, I cut it the different way. So it is cut at 11 inches by 4 1/4, and it's just scored in half. So we're going to fold this in half. Okay, just with my bone folder. Then I took a piece of the paper from here. This paper is really pretty. It's so, sorry, I forgot to get off the host code. I'm sorry. Let's get rid of that. We'll put it up at the end. It has like Lost Lagoon, Calypso Coral, Crushed Curry, what other colors? I think maybe Petal Pink and Pool Party. Yep. So there is this piece, and I went ahead and I cut a designer paper to cover the entire front of the card. I rarely ever do that, but here was my thought process. If you are anything like me, you probably have a few million sheets of designer paper, right, in your collection. So don't be afraid to use it. Don't be afraid to use your pattern paper. It's okay. I give you permission. So we are going to cut this to cover the entire front of the card, and we're going to stick it down. So this piece measures 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, and we're going to cover it. Nobody said anything when I said about having 1 million pieces of paper. I cannot be the only person with all this designer series paper. Come on, friends. We have a lot of people watching. Tell me I'm not alone with having pattern paper. Okay, so there we have that. And now we're going to take, so this is paper coordinates with Very Vanilla. I have Lost Lagoon and Very Vanilla. And then I did punch out a few things. I'll show you that. But on this vanilla, we are going to stamp with Versamark. And okay, finally I have some friends that are fessing up that they also have tons of paper. Guilty, you're not alone. I have tons. Okay. Yes. We're in. Did you see my shirt? Stamping is my therapy. Okay, so we're gonna feel good that we're not alone in this. And hopefully you can use it too. So I have Versamark, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna stamp this image and this image in Versamark, and then I have a block right here, and then we're going to use this clear embossing powder, or if you had vanilla, and then I have the little heat embossing tray. So Sharon donates a lot. I'm going, yes, I have as well. Because paper is just fun. It's like if you sew or quilt, like you probably have a lot of fabric too, right? It's kind of like it goes hand in hand. I'm not saying that's wrong. And I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying you found friends that can relate to you. Okay, so I inked this up. I should have got my embossing buddy and went over it, but I didn't. So hopefully this works. I'm going to stamp the little leaf right here. It's actually not little, it's actually quite a good size leaf. Okay, so there's that, and you can't really see it, but it's there, and it's a little, it might pick up like the glossiness there. And then we're going to stamp this one here. Okay, thank you. You guys are making me feel better. I'm in good company now. Okay, so we're gonna stamp this, and then this we're gonna go off to more towards the other side, and stamp this right here. So this is just a way you can use up. If you can't use maybe some of your newer paper, then get some that you've had for a while and make some cards and cover the whole front of the card. It will be fun. That's my challenge for you. Okay, so we have this here. So now we're gonna go into, now the embossing powders come in a 3-pack. So we have metallics, and then I think like the black and the white and the clear. So I'm just pouring this all over. This is what got me hooked in card making. Anyone else, can you agree? This makes your cards look so fancy when you do emboss it. And then you'll just tap it back in here. And then I'm just making sure I have it all covered, which it looks like, I don't know if you can see. There. You can kind of see there's powder on there now. And then we can, because I don't want to make a mess, I'm going to do this really quickly. I know you can unscrew the cap and it pours out that way, but for whatever reason I do it this way. Do what works for you. Okay, so this is clear embossing powder. And then we have a heat tool. And we're going to heat set it live on camera. So I'm going to turn it on. And it's going to melt right before your eyes. Okay, so if you need a heat tool, I do like this one if you don't own one because it has the low and a high setting. So I just use the high setting. Now you might say, why would you put clear onto the vanilla? And so we're going to show you because we're going to do a fun technique now. I'm just wiping off my paper. And like, so this is like just really subtle. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is grab our ink pad, and we are using Lost Lagoon because that's what we're going to mat this to next. And then we're going to grab a blending brush. And so I usually have a light and dark in all of my brushes. But for the blue, I have a medium blue too. So that's what we're going to do. So you're going to open up your Lost Lagoon. You're going to swirl this in here. And you go off your paper first, because see how it just made that weird mark? Like you don't want that on your cardstock. So kind of go off first. And then I always, when I start, I don't press super hard to begin with. I do a little bit lighter pressure. And I'm going to go over exactly where I just emboss. And what happens, this is called heat embossing resist or something. I'm probably going to say it wrong because that's what happens on camera. But when you say it, the image starts to pop. And the ink goes and sticks to the cardstock around where we just did that embossing. And it's pretty cool. And so we're going to just go around these images that we stamped. And now you can see it's just really light. So if you want it very light, you can stop here. So then if you want it darker, then just keep adding, layering the color on. I always say it's easier to add color. Just go more and more, then you can't really take it away. So go light, and then you can just keep layering it on. And if you want it darker, you can press and do a little bit more pressure. So press a little harder, more pressure, and then just keep dabbing it until you get how you like this. Okay, so that's pretty neat. And if you're in person, this is shiny. And it's kind of going to pick up. It's like glossy, shiny, really cool. Okay, so that's how you use your blending brushes. These are the original ones. And then there are little baby ones too, just to give you an idea. That's the little baby one. That's the normal size one. Okay, so now we're going to finish our stamping before we go any further. So I used the double oval punch. It's $22, and I did a vanilla and then a Lost Lagoon. Now on the vanilla, we're going to stamp our sentiment. And so I'm going to do Hello Friend. My other one I did Happy Birthday. So, nope, I already did Happy Birthday. So Hello Friend. And I need another block, which is, yep, right here. So I just have a scrap piece of paper down because we're going to stamp off again. So then right in the center of this oval, you're just going to stamp your sentiment. Oh, we're not done. I did something else a little artsy. So what I did is I took an aqua painter. So do you know what those are? A water painter. These come 3 in a pack. And if you ordered the summer retreat, do not purchase these. But these come 3 in a pack, and I have water. I have water, just regular H2O. I have tap water because my water is city water. You can use bottled water, whatever you want. And then I took my ink pad and I squished it. Or you could grab the re-inker and add a drop in the center if you want. And then you have a little paint palette. So I put a drop of water in there, just squish it around. Some of you are probably like, oh my gosh, you just ruined the ink pad. It'll wipe out with a baby wipe too. Or you could use this little cheap, little palette too if you don't want to mess up your ink pen. So get this, and then I just have a highlighter. So an ink pen, and then it's really juicy on my tip, and I'm going to tap. So if you don't like to use the blends, because you don't want to ruin them, here's an alternative to get the same effect. Okay, there we go. Now we're done. And then you just take like a paper towel and you just wipe this until it goes clear, and now you're good to go for the next color or next one. So there's that. Now, I gotta make sure I don't have it on my finger. And now we're gonna take this. See how pretty that is? And we're going to layer this. Let me tell you the measurement of this Very Vanilla. The Very Vanilla measures 3.5 inches by 4 3/4. And the Lost Lagoon is just 1/8 of an inch bigger. Normally I do 1/4 inches, but this time I didn't. And so because of that, I'm going to use this glue so I can wiggle it around and make sure it goes on straight. So hello everyone, if you just hopped on, I see we have a lot more people. There's a stamp sale today, and it ends tonight, but because there's a sale and in honor of that, I'm giving away a stamp set. This is a stamp set. So to win the stamp set, you have to please share the video and then comment that you shared so I can put you in the drawing. You can share it on YouTube, or share the YouTube video or the Facebook Live. And then tomorrow afternoon, so Thursday afternoon, I will pick a winner. Okay, so if you do that while we're live as well, you can do that. Or if you're watching the replay and it's before Thursday afternoon, you're still good. Okay, so we're layering this on here like so. Okay, see, I got glue up here, but it's going to dry clear. All right, now we're going to pull in our card base. So here is the card base. And above, oh, see, it's twirled on me. Okay, we're gonna take this Lost Lagoon ribbon and we're gonna tie this around the bottom in a little knot. This ribbon is so pretty and matches this paper perfectly. It's so nice. It's called the Lost Lagoon Bordered Ribbon. And again, you can find all of these products in my online store. And I will put up the new host code at the end again if you missed it at the beginning. Okay, so we're trimming that down. And now to put this on, we're going to use some dimensionals. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hello, everyone. Okay. So here's this. And then this is just going to go right in the middle here. And then we have our little layers here from our punch. So this one says, hello, friend. I already did one that said happy birthday. You could bring in other stamp sets too if you need a special occasion one. Then we're going to flip that over and we're going to use another 2 more dimensionals. Because there's ribbon, okay, so because there's ribbon on the card, I want to make sure it's sticking to the actual cardstock. So that's why I put 2 like that. And then I'm going to just put this down here towards the bottom. Now we're almost done. We're going to take this leftover piece that I cut from when I cut this, and oh, there's a heart stuck in there. We're going to add this across the bottom of the inside here, and then maybe we will. I know I'm about to run out. That's probably what's happening. I'm about to run out of adhesive. And that's going to go down here like that. And then to finish it off, we're going to use, you could put some rhinestones or some gems or anything. And what I have are these right here. These are called pastel adhesive back sequins. So they have gold and pink and blue. And so the blue ones actually might work, but they're a little too, like, what's the word I'm thinking, like maybe flashy. I wanted something more subtle. So I'm actually going to add the gold ones. I can take your pick tool, and I'm going to just take a couple of these little sequins and put them on the card here. That one stuck to my finger. Okay, there we go. Here's our finished card. So you can let me know what you think of this one. So again, we did the heat emboss, like the little resist with our blending brush. Here's my other card. This says happy birthday. And then inside is a little pretty paper. So I hope you like that card, and maybe you haven't done that technique in a while, or maybe you've never even seen it. But it's really fun to do, and just use clear embossing powder, or if you're using white cardstock, you could use white. But yeah, so there is our card number 1. All right, now I am going to wipe off my stamp before I go any further because it has glue on it, and then we will grab our next card. Okay, so the next card we are we're going to use this one right here, and since we're going to switch these out, happy birthday for this one. Okay. So the next card we're going to make is right here. We're going to end with one that's really simple, sweet and simple. Okay, so this card, again, I have a thick, very vanilla card base. This one I did just 8.5 by 5.5 and just fold that in half. I recently just posted a video to my channel on how to cut cardstock to create card bases and layers. So if you are new or you know somebody new, you can refer them to that. Sometimes I've been doing this for so long, I forget that there might be new people that might not know how to cut, you know, the cardstock in half or what some of the basic tools are. So I did a video on that. So this is our card base, and then again so what I did ahead of time is I took some of this pretty paper and I took a 3-inch strip and 3-inch by 6-inch, and I use these dies right here. These are called the Basic Borders dies, and you see them there. They have like clouds and little like chevron and like a V kind of like in a rounded edge. And anyway, there's some really cool borders in here, and you can tell I use them because they are a little bent. But I took this curved one on my 3-inch strip, and I just went in far enough that it was cutting off the whole edge, and I ran it through my die cutting machine. So it has a little stitching along the edge there. And I just realized I didn't do this side. So I'm going to have to go do that really quick. So, so I will in just a second. I know you guys will be patient for me. The other thing I did is I have a piece of cardstock that measures 1 inch by 5 1/4. And then this is just a piece of Calypso Coral that measures 1 inch by 5 1/2. So I do have my little mini machine next to me, but since this is, the mini machine only will cut about a little bit bigger than 3 inches, and this card is 4 1/4 or 5 1/2, so this will not fit through it. So that's why I always say, like, if you don't have a die cutting machine, get the big one. It does everything. Or if you only have so much, you can get the small one. But I'm going to go run this. Give me not even 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Just give me 1 second. Share the video. Okay, I'm back. All right, so hopefully that wasn't too long. So you can see I just kind of put this on and ran it through, and then that cuts off your edge of your card. And my friend Alicia is here, so I could have just had her do that, but I think I was pretty quick. So that's what we're doing with the borders dies. And then I just replicated that with this pattern paper. So it's gonna layer, so you'll see that double little edge there. So, okay. Now, what I did is this piece of Calypso Coral, I embossed with the exposed brick embossing folder ahead of time just to give it a little bit of texture. And what we're going to do is we're going to go in with some crumb cake ink, and we're going to take another blending brush, the light brown, and we're going to just kind of add a little bit to make that embossed image like pop a little bit more. I'm not doing the whole thing, just a little bit. Okay, so we're done with that. Now we're going to start putting our card together. Oh, thank you, Linda. Thank you. Yes, Linda said, let's all give the video a thumbs up. Thank you. Yes, I would appreciate it. All right. So this piece is going to go right along the edge here of the card. So you can go ahead and glue that down. And we're going to just layer it right on the top and the side. Okay, there we go. So this is what we have so far on our front of our card. Now this piece, again, it started out 3 inches by 6 inches, and I trimmed the edge off with those border dies. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer it like this, and then I'm going to open it up and trim the little ends off. That way it's easier for me, so I can position it how I want anyway, or at least that was my whole thought process. So, hi Davita. Oh my gosh, my sweet friend Davita is on here. I've known Davita since I've been like 7 or 8 years old. We go way back. Okay, and you're gonna make sure that yours is a little more straight maybe than mine. I don't know if I got mine lined up quite so good. Let me try this again. It's been one of those days. Have you ever had days where just things don't always go quite your way? That's me today. But I'm still here and I'm not giving up. Okay, I want to position this card a little bit better. Or this paper. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. But now since I ripped that off, it doesn't want to stick, so I'm just going to add some glue there and some glue up here. Okay, so now it's going off the edge. That's okay. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to trim this off. Like so. Okay, so here's the front of our card, and then we're going to take this 1-inch piece and coordinate it right there on the inside. Why does that ribbon keep flying over? So me and my friend Davita, just a fun fact, we used to, when we were little girls, you know, in 2nd grade, some of our favorite things to do was play Barbies. Hello, did you see the Barbie movie coming out? And go roller skating and probably like crimp our hair. That was like 3 of our favorite things that we did quite frequently on Friday nights. There's that. Okay. Now I have a stitched stylish shape circle in Very Vanilla. It's the 2nd largest one. And what we're going to do is stamp now. Okay, this is the stamp I'm going to use. So it's 1 piece. And so to do what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Pretty Peacock. Am I going to use Pretty Peacock? No, I think I used that on the first card and I wondered why it was a little dark. I'm going to use Lost Lagoon and Calypso Coral. I can reach the Calypso Coral. And what I'm going to do is, if you have the Stampin' Right markers, you can use these to color on your stamps, okay? Stampin' Right, not Stampin' Blends. These are our Stampin' Blends. See, these are alcohol markers. You do not want to put these on your stamps, but these are water-based. So you can use these. If you don't have them, you can also use a sponge dauber, or you can do what I'm about to do. So I just want the flower part in Calypso Coral and the stems in Lost Lagoon. So I'm going to, this works really good if you have photopolymer, but if you have the label on, it actually isn't too bad. You can kind of go, and I can see to ink this up. Or again, if you have any of the little sponge daubers, you can add color that way too. Okay, so I'm just inking up my top of my flower. Now, what happens if you go over onto the stem? No worries. Take your chamois or a little wipe and just wipe it off. And then we're going to do the same with our little stem. And so many Barbies. We did have so many Barbies. Then we're going to go up the bottom. And then I'm going to kind of do the same thing. And just kind of tip Oh man, I got it on my flower. See, I didn't have this problem not on a video, but I'm gonna make it work. And guess what? If I mess it up, I can always get another circle because it's just a piece of paper that is not a big deal. Okay, so I inked up my image. That's one way to do it. And then on the circle, I'm going to stamp it like this. So that's how you get two colors. And then the other thing I did is I took, where did my stamp set go? It's probably right here. I did take this little leaf and I added, because you can't see the leaves, they're kind of cut off. Well, this one a little bit you can. But I took and I just inked it up in the same little blue, and I'm going to stamp it off one time here and then just kind of go in towards the bottom and add some little leaves like that. So there's that. And then we're going to add some words. And for the words, I have happy birthday. You could use any of the words in this set or any set. Happy birthday, hello friend, thank you, congratulations, lots of love, just a note. And this is just Lost Lagoon, right there, happy birthday. All right, now, before we put this down, we're gonna add some linen thread behind it. Linen thread is something that I think all crafters need, just like you need a pair of scissors and glue, you need this in your little craft bags. Hopefully yours isn't all twisted like mine. Mine's pretty bad right now. Sometimes it's hard to find the end. That's like, I was doing so good for so long, and then this one I couldn't find the end. Okay, so then what we're gonna do is I added glue to the back, and then I'm just going to stick this, and you're gonna do like a couple figure eights and use your fingers to hold it down. So a figure eight, there's one, and then do another little figure eight. This glue is no joke sticky. Oh, okay, we got, nope, I want another one. One, and when I come around this way, I can cut it. All right, here we go. Take your scissors and cut the end off. So it looks kind of like that. And then grab your dimensionals and so I like to put some of the dimensionals right on the thread to like reinforce it, to make it, make it stay. Okay, so we have some dimensionals. Oh, I'm glad you just ordered, some people said they ordered the stamp set or the paper. It's really pretty. And again, if you just hopped on and if you share the video, I'm giving away the Bird's Eye View stamp set tomorrow afternoon to somebody who shared. Type that you shared it. This is a stamp set I'm giving away for anyone that just hopped on. Okay, we have this, and now we're going to pop this out, put this on the front right here, like that. Where did my little end go? Right there. Come out. Okay, and then we're gonna add some little sequins again. So I'm just gonna be maybe a little boring, and I'm going to just add some more of the gold ones. You can get pretty creative if you would like. 1, 2, and we'll add another one down here. And there's our card. Let me know what you think of this one. Here, I'll hold it up and show you. So again, we use those basic border dies, did a little embossing, and when you open it up, there is the inside. Okay, so this one says happy birthday, and this one says hello friend. Now on this one I did use Pretty Peacock, so it's a little bit of the darker, but the leaves I did stamp off. So there's that card, card number 2. Okay, I have one more card to make with you, and the next one is very, very quick. Okay, it's going to be like super fast, and then you can tell me which one is your favorite at the end. So the last card for tonight is not going to use designer paper, just cardstock. And thank you so much for sharing, all of you. And so we have, oh, I should have had a little punch out thingy, but I don't. I have crumb cake for the base. So we're going to fold that. And then, where did my book? Here it is. And then I took early espresso, 5 1/4 by 4. That's going to go on there. And then I have very vanilla, 5 by 3 3/4. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a crumb cake ink pad, which remember we just used it with a blending brush. And I'm just wondering like where I put it because I don't see it. And I just literally had it. Oh, it's right behind this coffee cup. That's why. So I have crumb cake here. And I'm going to use the same flour. And I still have color on the bottom, so make sure it's clean. Okay, on this, I just got a mark on there, so I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to ink this up in crumb cake ink, and I'm going to stamp sort of in the center directly down. And then I'm going to pick it up and move it, shift it over to the left a little bit, and I'm going to stamp it directly without re-inking it. And so this is what it looks like. You see it kind of has like that little shadow. And then we want to do the other side. But we want it stamped off too. So just take a scrap piece of paper. You can see that's where I did my first one. Stamp it off once. And then just go in and tilt it a little bit this way. And there we go. So now we have some pretty flowers. All right. One of the cards I get asked all the time to make, because when we need them, we don't want to necessarily have to create them, is sympathy cards. And so that's what I'm doing. Now in this set, inked and tiled, there is not a sympathy greeting or sentiment. So I went to this set. Again, you can get it 15% off today. It has with the deepest sympathy. Another set that I thought would be really nice if you had a bigger label, this one, You Are in My Prayers. This is called the Hope and Prayer Stamp Set. Again, it's only $19 and it's on sale too. This one does have a set of dies, but anyway, so that's where I got this stamp set from. It says, with deepest sympathy. And then just to keep the same products that I've been using, I have the double oval punch. And I need the little one is too small to fit my words, but the bigger one, the little scalloped, will fit it. So I have a piece of paper right here. And you just open it up and then slide it in here and punch that out. A lot of times I do this ahead of time so you guys don't see that. And then on here, let's just use the crumb cake. On the other one I used early espresso. So I'll do that slightly different so you can see what you like better. So ink this up and then we will stamp it on here. And then we're going to glue the vanilla to the dark brown, which is early espresso. Then we're going to take some ribbon, because you guys know I like ribbon. So this comes in a combo pack with real red, but I love the crumb cake and it has the stitching. So again, I'm just going to wrap this around towards the bottom where they're all like coming together, and just tie a little knot. Okay, Rosemary said, good morning from, I can't read it, is it Hobart, Tasmania? I love watching you create your beautiful cards. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining us. Okay, we're going to cut that and trim this side down. Okay. So the designer paper is really pretty, but you can use this set with just basic cards and ink. And we're going to put this down just like this. We're going to take our little label we stamped with Deepest Sympathy. We're going to take 2 dimensionals again, one at the top and the bottom. This is, and this is, I gotta slide this a little straight. Okay, and then this is gonna come down here like that. And then again, you could stop right here if you wanted and just make a sweet and simple card. You could add a layer of vanilla to the inside. Actually, let's do that really quick. I think this would just take this card up a notch because we're almost done. So cut another layer of vanilla, 5 1/4 by 4. And because this card is so fast, that paper trimmer is going to fall on me. We're going to add this to the inside. And then, wait, we're going to take, you could take the little small stamp here and stamp it in there, but I don't think I have the little sticker on, so I'm just going to go in with this one. And I'm just going to stamp this on the bottom. Just like that. And then if you did want to add a little bit of sparkle or bling, then you could. And those same sequins match perfectly. So you can take, come on paper trimmer, you're right in my way. You can take a few of these and just add them on for something subtle. You could use the metallic dots. You could use, you know, several different things. Okay, I think that one I had over here. So here is this card, Sympathy card, and that's the inside. Isn't that so pretty? You could do like an inside to all of the cards like this too, adding another layer. Okay, so those are the cards. If you just joined, I'm going to show you all 3, and then don't forget to share and tell me you shared because we have a stamp set to give away. I always say, like, I feel like a broken record, but I know people come in and come out. Here's this one with the early espresso. So it's same card, but this darker, I took the darker color to stamp it. It stands out a little bit more. If you like more subtle, use the crumb cake. So that is our last card that we made. And then we made our second card. The middle card was this one right here, with that fun little curved edge there. So we have that one. And then our first card used the heat emboss with the blending brush, and it opens up like that. So Carol said the first card is her favorite. So I hope you love these. Some have a little more time intensive or pieces and die cutting. And then we have something that's just so sweet and simple, but I think it's still very pretty. And again, you could change these colors to pinks or purples or greens or blues. I just went with like the neutrals here. So those are the cards. All right, if you want to get in on any of the specials tonight, before the sale ends, here's the code right here. This is the new code. The other one, I did get all your gifts in, and they will be shipped out tomorrow. We'll have everything all cut up. So thank you all for joining me this Wednesday evening. Again, if you want any of some of the new stuff on my Etsy store, there's hats, coffee mugs, new shirts, Stamping is my therapy, or I make pretty cards, or a baseball 3/4 length tee. And they come in different colors. So there's a light pink, this, and an aqua. So lots of fun things over on my Etsy store too. And if you have any questions, let me know. Again, the Inked and Tiled was a stamp set we featured tonight, and it is on sale. And then I did use, though, the Something Fancy for the Sympathy sentiment. So I hope you liked them. Hope you got some good ideas. And if I don't see you before, I will see you. I'll see you next week. All right, bye everyone.